Hi there, and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Canada Gazette, joined by former Canadiens teammates, 1986 Stanley Cup champions, Chris Nilan and Rick Green. There's a break coming up in the NHL schedule pretty soon for the Four Nations Face-Off tournament. Knuckles, are you going to be watching it?
I'm going to be in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
So I could actually give a rat's ass about the Four Nations Cup, other than the fact that I would love to see Team USA carry the mantle as the number one hockey country in the world after the performance by the in the World Juniors. Once again, repeating World Juniors. Team USA wins 2 in a row, folks, 2 in a row, and hopefully we see this. I listen. If I was going to watch a game, the most interest for me would be USA Canada. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I'd love to watch it. I'm gonna have to see if I can get it there in Hawaii. The sun might be in my eyes a little bit. I don't know if I'm able to see the TV from where I'll be sitting.
Thank you, Donald, for that USA input.
Rick, are you going to be watching it?
No. If I happen, then I won't be in the sunshine with my feet in the sand like Knuckles. But I really believe that most of those guys, even though, it's country against country, they don't want to be there. They don't want to be doing that. They would sooner be on the beach or doing something else other than that. And I think that the way that the schedule has played out, the rest for a lot of those guys would be more important, moving forward come the last stretch of the season. And I'm not a big fan. I'm not really interested. I'll maybe flip it on, but you know what? Those guys aren't. I don't think their heart's really into going that extra mile to make the difference.
I know they're struggling to sell tickets for some of these games, which I'm not really sure.
Well, only 2,400 in a red seat.
Yeah,
hello.
I know. I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I'm going to be covering some of the games, so I'm always going to be watching it. But I think once it starts, people might get more interest. But you're right. I mean, it's like a glorified. I mean, it replaces the All-Star game, right? I mean, it's good for the Canadiens. They only got 3 guys going, right? You got 3 guys going to the tournament, and other teams. Some of the top teams have quite a few guys going, and I mean, Knuckles, some guys are going to get hurt, right? Some key guys are going to get hurt, even if they're not trying to, go on 100%.
Yeah, listen, I think when guys stop playing for their country, though, that takes over when you're in that tournament. You might be thinking, oh, yeah, they're not going to really give it a go. I think they're going to – that pride for playing for your country is going to take over. And, Canada, U.S. together, you think they're not going to go at it?
Yeah.
Hello? I believe they will. Now, are there going to be injuries? Yeah, most certainly. You think, could Amir use the rest? No, he doesn't need the rest. You got him going. I'd rather see him keep going. 2 weeks off for him might end up, next thing we know, we got to get Joel back in shape and get going again. I want to keep him going.
Laine also, it's probably a good thing to keep him going, too. And Montembeault, it'll be interesting to see how many games he plays with Canada. But, Knuckles, you played in it was the Canada Cup you played in, right?
Yeah.
What was that feeling like for you, just putting on that Team USA?
Yeah, it was awesome. For me to get that opportunity, guys like me never got that opportunity. Badger Bob, he needed a little muscle and some guys that could play physical against Canada and the other teams, and he brought me along. I ended up having 3 points in 5 games. Hello. They kept me over Brett Hull.
Mm-hmm. Did Brett Hull ever tease? Did you ever tease Brett Hull about that?
No, he wasn't happy. He said, can you imagine they kept Nilan over me? But matter of fact, the reason why they kept me over him is Brett was a fat fuck. And, he was. And Badger Bob, told him to come in shape. He didn't come in shape. So thank you, Brett. Have another burger.
And he still is.
Yeah.
Well, Rick, because you were with the Washington Capitals, you had a chance to play in quite a few of those World Championships, if I'm not mistaken. sort of an exhibition tournament, but what was it like for you playing in those things?
Oh, it was a good time. Yeah, we enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I had the opportunity, I think, every year that I was in Washington to go and play for the World Championship. But between Russia and Sweden and Finland, just you put the jersey on and you're up against other countries. It's pretty special. And the opportunity in Rendezvous '87 against the Russians in Quebec was the ultimate when it comes down to the guys that you played with, Bork and all these superstars, and to play against those Russian elite was pretty special, and great souvenirs. And I guess some things will never change, no matter when or where. As soon as you put a jersey from your country to be represented, you try and bring the best out.
Well, Knuckles, you have good reason to be boasting about Hockey USA program. It's really become a success. How has hockey in the U.S. changed the most, you think, since when you were a kid? I know they have that development program, which proves
that's the biggest thing, the development program, plus the more grassroots program and all, the expansion in the NHL, Dallas, the Sun Belt. Look at with Jacob Fowler, right? Goaltender, Florida. Yeah. You got guys coming out of Dallas, and you look at
a lot of guys from St. Louis too.
Yeah, St. Louis. You look at all them youth hockey programs in those towns. A lot of them are former NHL players running those things, and then they identify kids nowadays, and they bring them in and they play together. Like look at Caulfield and Zegras. They grew up like together, and Hughes. They grew up together playing all them years together.
Too, same thing.
Yeah. So there's something to say about that program. And you look at Canada, the junior level guys play you grab a guy from Victoria, grab a guy from Flin Flon, you grab a guy from here and there, and all of a sudden you put them together playing the World Junior. Those U.S. guys have been playing together all year. Not, okay, we got 2 weeks here, we got to get ready. The U.S. kids have been playing all year together, and that gives you a distinct advantage, I think.
And they're paying those guys that run those programs. They're paying to get the best possible guys to run the programs and develop these guys, unlike here where, the financial situation is not the same compared to the U.S. way of, doing things. And that's the reality. You're going to get better if you have people that are really good at what they do, and coaching programs, everything that goes with the development. If you have your top guys, better chance you're going to develop better players. And that's, I think, really where we're hurting and we're lacking a little bit as far as our ability to develop more at a younger age.
Listen, like another thing, I was talking to Ludwig in Dallas. He was coaching a team. They were flying to Colorado to play on the weekend. Flying. Kids. Mm-hmm. Like, who the hell flies to a game when you're a kid? But these teams now, you got a team in Florida, they got to play a team up in New York or somewhere. They end up flying them up there for the weekend. It's crazy. So, things have changed in hockey. Again, it's a very expensive sport to get into.
And the thing is, you mentioned so many of these U.S. cities, it's former NHL players sticking around there and coaching, right, in St. Louis and whatnot. I remember in San Jose, when Torrey Mitchell, Greenfield Park boy, was playing in San Jose, he arranged for a team from Greenfield Park to go play one of the San Jose youth programs. And I know the guy who was coaching the Greenfield Park team. He said, we'll probably go there and kick their butts. No, they got their butts kicked. It's about the kids being coached by former NHL players and playing together, right? Anyway, well, Four Nations, Canada, U.S. hockey now is always great. Surpassed, Russia's not even in the tournament. I think it surpassed Russia versus Canada. Those games will be fun to watch. I don't know how many people out there are going to be watching the Four Nations. Let us know in the comments section below. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com where you get all the latest Canadiens news every day.